Have you ever come home and felt like your dog wasn't just bored, but emotionally unsettled? Most owners think leaving a dog alone is no big deal. Food is there, water is there, the house is safe. So everything should be fine, right? Not always. Sometimes the stress doesn't show up as loud barking or torn pillows. Sometimes it shows up in smaller signals most people miss until the pattern gets worse. In this video, we're going to break down 5 smart ways to help your dog feel safer, more settled, and more emotionally balanced when you leave the house. And stay with me until the end, because the last point is where many loving owners accidentally create the exact tension they're trying to prevent. This isn't a diagnosis, but it can help you tell the difference between normal attachment and behavior that may need support. Welcome to Mr. Hidden Mind, where we look beneath behavior to understand what your dog may actually be feeling. Let's begin. Number 1. Leave without creating emotional friction. A lot of dog owners make this mistake because it comes from love. You grab your bag, your dog notices, and suddenly the room changes. Your voice gets softer. You give extra hugs. You repeat, "I'll be back soon," like you're trying to comfort a child before a storm. To a human, that feels caring. To a dog, it can feel like a signal that something unusual is happening. Dogs are extremely sensitive to patterns, body language, and emotional shifts. When your energy changes before you leave, your dog may start linking your departure with tension. Not because you are leaving, but because your behavior announces that leaving is a serious event. The goal is not to be cold. The goal is to be emotionally neutral. Try this instead. In the last few minutes before leaving, move normally. No long goodbye ritual, no dramatic voice, no drawn-out eye contact at the door. Just a calm routine, a simple phrase, and then leave. What helps most is consistency. When departure always looks ordinary, it becomes easier for your dog to treat it as ordinary. This matters even more for dogs that came from unstable environments, rescue dogs adjusting to a new home, or highly alert breeds that quickly notice emotional shifts. A helpful real-life test is this. If your dog becomes tense the moment you pick up your keys, put on shoes, or touch the doorknob, the stress may be starting before you even leave. That means the routine around departure needs work, not just the time spent alone. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is make your exit feel unimportant. Number 2, don't just burn energy, redirect the mind. People often hear the advice, "A tired dog is a good dog." That's true, but incomplete. Some dogs don't just need physical exercise before alone time. They need the right kind of mental release too. A fast walk may help the body, but if your dog still feels mentally underengaged, that restless energy can turn into pacing, whining, window watching, or chewing after you leave. Before heading out, try combining movement with focus. That could mean a brisk walk with short obedience pauses. A few rounds of sit, down, and wait using treats. A short tug session followed by a calm settle. Or a 5-minute sniff game in the yard before coming back inside. This works because mental effort often settles a dog faster than random activity alone. Think about the difference between a person who jogs for 10 minutes and a person who finishes a difficult but satisfying task. One may still feel restless. The other usually feels more mentally complete. Dogs can be similar. For example, a young border collie may not relax just because it ran in circles, but ask that same dog to search for hidden treats, respond to cues, and work its brain for a few focused minutes, and you may see a completely different level of calm. Another practical insight is timing. If you hype your dog up right before you leave and walk out while they are still over-aroused, you may accidentally leave them in an elevated state. So after play or training, allow a short cool down. Let the nervous system come down before the door closes. The sweet spot is not just tired, it is satisfied. Number 3, build a place that feels predictable, not just comfortable. Many owners give their dog a bed, a blanket, or access to the couch and assume that's enough. But comfort and emotional safety are not always the same thing. When dogs feel unsure, many of them do better with a space that feels familiar, repeatable, and slightly sheltered. Not a huge open area with too many sounds and too many visual triggers. A place that tells the body, you can settle here. This could be a crate for a crate-trained dog. It could be a quiet corner with a mat and a worn shirt that smells like you. It could be a low-traffic room with dimmer light and fewer outside distractions. The key is not decoration. The key is association. If the safe space only appears when you are leaving, some dogs will learn that it predicts isolation. Instead, build positive associations with it during normal hours too. Offer treats there. Practice calm time there while you are still home. Let it become part of everyday peace, not just part of separation. That small shift can make a big difference. Here's another overlooked detail. Some dogs settle better when they cannot monitor every sound and movement outside the window. If your dog tends to patrol, bark at passing people, or stay hyper-aware, reducing visual stimulation may help more than adding another toy. So ask yourself this question: is your dog's space helping them exhale or keeping them on watch? The best retreat zone is not just soft, it is emotionally easy to trust. Number 4. Don't replace empty time with meaningful occupation. This is where many dogs start spiraling. Not because they are panicking, but because nothing in the environment tells them what to do. When dogs are left alone with no task, no outlet, and no stimulation, their brain often fills the gap on its own. That is when boredom turns into overfixation. Overfixation turns into chewing, scratching, barking, shadow chasing, or repetitive pacing. So instead of leaving random toys on the floor and hoping for the best, create a small alone time activity plan. You do not need to make it complicated. You can use a stuffed food toy, a frozen lick mat, a treat puzzle, or a simple scent trail with a few hidden rewards in safe spots around the room. Licking, sniffing, and foraging are especially powerful because they tap into natural calming behaviors. They do more than distract. They help regulate. This is one of the biggest upgrades you can make. Stop asking, "What can my dog play with while I'm gone?" and start asking, "What kind of activity helps my dog settle into a calmer emotional state?" That question changes everything. A chew item may work well for one dog. A sniff-based game may be far better for another. A food puzzle may engage one personality, while another dog gets frustrated and gives up. The point is not to copy a trend. The point is to observe your dog's actual response. And remember, novelty matters. If the same enrichment appears every day in the same form, it can lose power. Rotating activities keeps the environment more engaging without making it chaotic. A practical example could be this: Monday, a frozen Kong; Tuesday, a snuffle mat; Wednesday, a cardboard box search game with treats inside; Thursday, a lick mat; Friday, a towel roll with hidden kibble. Simple changes, strong effect. Meaningful occupation gives your dog something better to do than rehearse stress. Number 5. Your home soundscape may be shaping your dog's emotions more than you realize. A lot of owners leave the TV on thinking it helps their dog feel less alone. Sometimes it does. But sometimes it adds unpredictable noise, sudden shouting, harsh music, door slams, explosions, or commercials that jolt a sensitive dog out of rest. And when nobody is home to reassure them, that startle can linger longer than people think. For some dogs, the real issue is not silence. It is instability. A calm auditory environment can help the nervous system stay more even. That is why soft instrumental music, steady white noise, or gentle nature sounds often work better than random television. But here is the deeper insight. Do not choose sound based on what seems comforting to you. Choose based on what your dog consistently relaxes to. Some dogs settle with low classical music. Others respond better to soft ambient sound. Some do best with near silence plus a predictable fan or air conditioner hum. The answer is often hidden in observation. Try noticing what your dog does during thunderstorms, neighborhood noise, or busy afternoons. Do they react to sharp sound changes? Do they relax when the room has a steady background hum? Those clues can guide what to leave on. And there is one more mistake that many loving owners miss. If your dog only hears that special playlist when you are gone, it can become another departure cue. So occasionally play the same calming sound while you are home and relax together. That way the sound becomes associated with safety, not just absence. That is how you make the environment work with your dog instead of against them. And before we close, here is a simple reminder. Normal attachment is not the same as distress. A dog who follows you from room to room, waits by the door sometimes, or gets excited when you return is not automatically experiencing a serious emotional issue. But if you regularly see intense panting, nonstop vocalizing, destructive escape behavior, drooling, self-injury, or panic the moment pre-departure cues begin, That may be a sign your dog needs more structured support. Again, this isn't a diagnosis, but it can help you tell the difference between normal attachment and behavior that may need support. Sometimes, the biggest breakthroughs come from changing what happens before the problem fully appears. Your dog does not need a perfect home. Your dog needs a home that feels understandable, a calm exit, a settled body, a trusted corner, a meaningful activity, a steady emotional environment. That is how security is built. Here at Mr. Hidden Mind, we believe behavior is rarely random. There is often a feeling underneath it, a pattern behind it, and a message inside it. If you want more videos that decode what pets may be trying to tell us without words, subscribe now. And the next time your dog looks at you before you leave, remember this. You are not only teaching them how to be alone, you are teaching them what alone is supposed to feel like.